Okay, buckle up, kids. This one's going to be a long one. We're still working on Shakesyear. We're still in Cymbeline. We're still in Act 5, Scene 5 of Cymbeline. And yesterday, Caius Lucius begged for Imogen's life, thinking that Imogen is really a boy. And then Cymbeline is like, okay, we'll spare him. And then, hey, boy, Fidele, are you going to now beg for his life? And Imogen's like, nope. And they're like, what? And she's like, yep, nope. So then she asks if she can have a moment to speak to the king by himself, and they go off for a second, at which point Belarius and Aviragus and Guiderius are like, hey, isn't that the boy that was in our cave that we thought was dead? Isn't that weird? So then Imogen and Cymbeline come back, and Cymbeline is like, okay, you can ask your question, whatever it is that you want to ask, like, go for it. So she says to Jachimo, who has also been brought in as a prisoner, she's like, I want to know where you got that ring. And he's like, oh, it's too long of a story. And the king is like, tell us anyway. And he's like, well, it involves your daughter. And the king's like, wait, what? And Jachimo, today we get to hear a little bit of back and forth between Jachimo and the king. The king just has like 2 lines, so this will be Jachimo and this will be the king. Because seriously, if you're the king, you're gonna wear a leopard print cowboy hat, right? So anyway, here we go. This is after the king is like, wait, what does this have to do with my daughter? Jachimo says, upon a time, unhappy was the clock that struck the hour. It was in Rome, accursed the mansion where 'twas at a feast. Oh, would our viands had been poisoned, or at least those which I heaved to head. The good Posthumus, what should I say? He was too good to be where ill men were, and was the best of all amongst the rarest of good ones, sitting sadly, hearing us praise our loves of Italy for beauty that made barren the swelled boast of him that could best speak, for feature, laming the shrine of Venus, or straight pipe Minerva, postures beyond brief nature, for condition, a shop of all the qualities that man loves woman for, besides that hook of wiving fairness which strikes the eye. I stand on fire, come to the matter. All too soon I shall, unless thou wouldst grieve quickly. This Posthumus, most like a noble lord, in love, and one that had a royal lover, took his hint, and, not dispraising whom we praised therein, he was as calm as virtue. He began his mistress' picture, which by his tongue being made, and then put a mind in it, either our brags were cracked of kitchen trolls, or his description proved us unspeaking sots. Nay, to the purpose. Your daughter's chastity, there it begins. He spake of her, as Diane had hot dreams, and she alone were cold. Whereat I, wretch, made scruple of his praise, and wagered with him pieces of gold 'gainst this, which then he wore upon his honoured finger, to attain in sweet the place of his bed, and win this ring by hers and mine adultery. He, true knight, no lesser of her honour confident than I did truly find her, stakes this ring, and would so had it been a carbuncle of Phoebus' wheel, and might so safely had it been all the worth of his car. Away to Britain post I in this design. Well may you, sir, remember me at court, where I was taught of your chaste daughter, the wide difference twixt amorous and villainous. Being thus quenched of hope, not longing, mine Italian brain can in your duller Britain operate most wildly, for my vantage excellent. And to be brief, my practice so prevailed that I returned with similar proof enough to make the noble Leonatus mad, by wounding his belief in her renown, with tokens thus and thus, averring notes of chamber-hanging pictures, and this her bracelet, oh cunning how I got, nay, some marks of secret on her person, that he could not but think her bond of chastity quite cracked, I having taken the forfeit, whereupon methinks I see him now. So yeah, in case you forgot the first half of the play, Jachimo just gave you a nice little recap of it. And Posthumous happens to be there and gets to hear all of this stuff and just heard that Imogen really didn't cheat on him. So he, in this particular moment, Posthumous thinks that he killed Imogen for absolutely no reason, and he already feels guilty and wants to die about that. So then tomorrow we get to hear from Posthumous. Ha! Good fun. I'll see you then.